Gang, the fall tour is about to kick off, and it's kicking off in a high gear, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Live stand-up comedy, plus we play a little AYG with the crowd. We're coming to 20 new cities.
Uh-huh.
Grab the squad and come out and see us. It's a good time and a great way to introduce people to the show.
Yeah, tickets are moving quick. We're selling out. We're adding shows. We're not adding shows in every city, so get your tickets. Don't snooze, because you're going to lose. Do it. Yeah.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's new favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Oh, yeah.
It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find that if they're good to be classy,
Yeah.
or if they're just a big old piece of trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new edition. She's upstairs making some homemade ice pops for the kids in the neighborhood.
Okay.
$9 a clip, no big deal. Trying to make a little cash. My co-host is coming at you from right next to me, unamused this week. A little swing and a miss on the big man. He is the king of the calzone. He is the prince of the personal pan, the flatbread freak, and always the king of the boardwalk, baby. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan.
What up, gang? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. As you know, those numbers are
Through the roof.
cooking, baby. Then obviously the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/RUGarbageGang. Check it out. It's a fucking party over there.
Yes, sir, it is. And having a nice quick shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the Magic Man, makes us all look good. Give it up for T-Bone McScruffins, Toby McMullen, everybody. Hey, pal.
What up, boys?
What
You
up,
pumped?
T-Bone?
Yeah, dude, we got a real fucking guy in here, man.
Yeah.
This guy can blast 10-foot airs, and he looks like a sensitive lover.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that last bit.
Well, true.
Yeah, there you go. Gang, the long hair ain't lying. We couldn't be more excited to have our incredibly, and I mean incredibly special guest here with us today for the first time. He is a very funny, very cool comedian, podcaster, and radio personality. He is also a retired MMA fighter, professional skateboarder, lead singer, race car driver,
Guy does it all.
former Guinness World Record holder.
Yeah, they took it.
All right.
I want my day in court, you pussies.
He's got his own festival. He's a New York Times bestseller.
Jeez.
You can hear him every week on his two amazing podcasts, Hawk vs. Ellis, of course, the
No, Hawk
Jason
versus Wolf.
Hawk
versus
vs. Wolf,
Wolf.
I'm sorry, and of course the Jason Ellis Show. And ladies and gentlemen, he's got a guillotine chokehold that'll put you night-night. Give it up for Jason Ellis, everybody. Let's go.
Man, you guys are good. Dude.
Hey, you scared me when you corrected me. Jesus Christ.
That was pro as fuck.
Buddy.
Yeah, thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm stoked.
This
Fucking
is-
excited.
Yeah,
I heard about you.
you're an all-time real dude.
I
You know
heard,
that,
I heard
right?
about you from the youth.
Oh, yeah, the young
Yeah.
kids are out there talking
the youth
about
were
it.
like, Chase, you don't even know? And I'm like, I guess I don't know. And then
The youth is like 35 for us, by the way. Our target
nah,
demo.
the youth is like 28.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
take that.
and
All
20
right, what's up, dudes?
We do about 8 views on TikTok.
28 schooled me. Hi, he was like, "What do you mean you don't know?" And I'm like, "Man, shit, sorry. I'm very busy, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I tried, but I was told that I'm an idiot for not knowing about you guys.
Oh, buddy. Thank you so much for
You guys
coming
got a
in.
good thing going here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Give us the backstory. Give us the scoop. Give us the childhood.
Oh, childhood was great.
The tattoos say otherwise, sir. That gold tooth ain't helping either.
I went to a therapy, and you're right. I built this to protect the fragile little child
He's carving
inside.
his dad's name in the table.
Yeah, wow, that he really did punch my ticket for sure. In so many ways.
Where'd you grow up down there in Australia?
Melbourne, Australia.
Okay.
So
Melbourne.
yeah, I grew up when my dad was 20 and my mom was 16 when I was born. So
Damn.
and they were very young. Didn't really. I don't think they. It was a bit of an accident,
Sure.
and he just kind of tried to roll with it. And then I think by the time I was about 4, they broke up. My dad ended up. My mom's best friend married my dad, and then there was this drama because they were best friends.
Sure.
And she married my father, and then I lived with my father half the time. And then in the end, my mum was in a rocky world she was an alcoholic. She got sober, but there was a time there where it was not that friendly for kids, and my
Sure.
dad was more of a he told me how to ride a dirt bike and shit like that. So
Okay.
it was easy. I wanted to live there more, and I remember I had to make the decision, and my mom was very sad about it, and I felt really bad about it.
Dirt bikes, though. What are you going to do?
I know, dude, come on. As a kid, it's either dirt bikes or
I'm
not a
so
great
basic.
apartment.
It was just like, do you want to ride your dirt bike all day, or do you want to stay at your mom's? It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
It sounds so cold.
No, it's,
Yeah, my stepmom had 2 more kids, so I had 2 younger half brothers. And
man, we are in it already.
She was already had the kids.
No, they had them straight after, when they got together. Because my younger brothers, one passed away, but they were like 5 years apart.
Okay,
So my youngest was 10 years younger than me.
Sure.
gotcha.
So
And did your parents ever actually get married? Were they married or just together?
Yeah, they were married.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then they got divorced.
Yeah.
Your dad fell in love with her friend.
Yeah.
They got married.
Yeah.
Had 2 more kids.
Yeah, and then my dad started making money.
Okay.
Now we're
there was
talking.
So
What did
I
he do?
I lived in a shitty neighborhood, and there was like drugs and stuff like that. My mom's side had some heroin addicts. Like one of her boyfriends offered me meth to stay at a party, and I was smart enough to know, because I was tired, I wanted to leave, and my mom was like, "I gotta go," and then he came in, and he was like, "Look, I'll give you something, to wake you up, but don't tell your mum."
Jesus.
Shit.
And just when he said, "Don't tell your mum," I was like, "Right, that sounds like it could be bad."
This ain't great.
Yeah, so I told her, and big fight, and then my father.
How old were you, ballpark?
Like 9 or something.
Whoa.
God damn. Trying to get you on the ice.
Yeah, it's a little early.
Dude, they are different down under.
I got into it later, but I mean, at a sensible age, you know.
On my own accord.
Yeah,
Like a gentleman.
Yeah, like a grown ass man. I was hitting that shit like about 28 or something. You know.
Going straight for the meth. How about a Jolly Rancher or something?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Cup of coffee.
Put on some cartoons for you.
But it was pretty good, but I didn't know because I blocked it out. But I didn't realize until I took acid and meth, and I had an invisible friend that told me in the swimming pool, because I was in a hotel pool and nobody could get me out. I was like growling at people. I blacked the fuck out, and my girlfriend was like, "I'll watch him. He won't hurt me." And then I had an invisible friend tell me I was molested by my father, and that's when all this other stuff
Unpacked.
Yeah, where I was like, wait, what? Because that's not me, you know? Like, I grew up, I watched Oprah and was like, man, those poor people, you know?
Sure.
And I'm like, wait, I suck dick? God damn it. So, yeah, then all that kind of drama
Man,
unfolded.
Ellis came out swinging on this.
Give me the layout of the neighborhoods.
Like
What, are they apartments?
Apartments,
that you're in?
yeah,
Houses?
early neighborhood, yeah.
Early neighborhoods or
Early
apartments?
neighborhood was, apartments and, junkies and stuff like that, because St. Kilda is a steaming pile of shit.
This theoretically would be the suburbs of Melbourne,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just on the outskirts of the city, St. Kilda. But then my father married my stepmom. She lived in the suburbs that was like a little more family orientated. So we
Okay.
moved to this place called Sandringham,
Uh-huh.
and that's when my dad started making some money. So we had a house. My dad ended up having like a bunch of cars. My dad was kind of rich for like when I was about 12. Wait. Yeah, about 12 to 17.
Sure.
He kept going bankrupt.
Yeah.
And,
My dad did
like,
the same thing.
I went
yeah.
back. I didn't know, but one year I came because I was still trying to be a pro skateboarder. So I'd go to America for 6 months on a holiday visa and come back. And he's like, just so you know, you can't buy anything for a while. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, I used your name to run the business, and then I made you go bankrupt. And now your stepmom owns the business. She went bankrupt. I think he used my brother at one point. Like, he just kept running. He was pretty good at it.
This guy's the Australian me, by the way.
But in the end, he was not that rich.
What was he doing? How did he make
He
his
used
money?
to sell electronics. We used to own
That's so vague.
electronic parts, like
Electronic
resistors and all that kind of shit. And I worked there for a little bit to get money to get a plane ticket because nobody would give me a job. I'm too much of an asshole, just like a skateboarder with no skills. I was just like, I need money to get to America to be Tony, like Tony Hawk. That was pretty much the deal.
Sure.
But it was called Ellistronics.
That's pretty good.
Get it?
Man, that's
Yeah.
all right.
It's
I don't
pretty
hate
fucked
it.
up. Yeah.
We're talking what? This is the 80s?
Yeah.
That's a great 80s electronics name.
that's all right.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Ellistronics?
So he had an electronics store.
Yeah.
Like a storefront and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I was his courier for. I used to drive all the integrated circuits.
Sounds pretty classy.
I know. It's pretty good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was bad because he was the worst. He was like making a point that I'm the son, so it was always treating me like
Yeah,
shit.
they always treat you
'Cause
like
he didn't
shit.
want. He was like he didn't want anyone to look like I was getting favoritism, even though I obviously was because I was nowhere near qualified to be there. That's why I ended up being a courier. He was like, "You can fucking drive a car, you dickhead," you know. Fuck off, go deliver this. You know?
Hooking up the power lines for the township.
It was weird. He lost it again, and then he sold the business to this other little Asian guy who ran like a bunch of electronic shit in Australia. So he sold out to this guy. My dad was his own boss, and I remember it really hurt him that this guy was now his boss.
Sure.
And I had to go over to this guy's house and get boxes of electronic shit, put it in the van, and drive it, deliver it to places. And one day there, he shut the fucking garage while I was walking out backwards with the box. So he fucking shut the metal garage on the top of my head. And I wanted to punch this dude in the face. I was like, "You did not fucking do. Did you have accidental my ass?"
He had it out for you.
But then when I started doing gay shit when I was older, I went to therapy for years over this. But there was a time there where I would just like let people blow me, like without
Shout out
really
to it.
talking to them or anything. And a lot of them would be like little Asian guys.
And you think that's connected?
Just get my power back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my therapist told me. So yeah, I stopped making little Asian people blow me. That sounded bad.
Making is weird.
Adults that agreed to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make them leave through the garage.
Now walk out backwards, pussy.
And hit them on the head on their way out. Fuck faces.
When did you start skateboarding?
I think I first started when I was probably about 11 or something like that. But that was a friend. My mum's she didn't have any family, and she had this other the Johnsons, who were like her mum and dad, and
Okay.
they were like my grandparents. And they had kids older, and one of them was a surfer who had the little plastic ones in the shed.
Sure.
And I found those, so my mum would hang out all day, and I would just ride this little plastic thing.
Those things were death traps.
And then I met two twin brothers that were like kind of one was chubby and one was obese, and they were into skating. And then they told me about Tony Hawk, and then I remember you could get a Veriflex skateboard, and it was the first wide wooden skateboard I've ever seen. They had wide trucks and shit. And then once I found that was it. Right before that, I made a skateboard out of chipboard and nailed roller skate wheels on it, and it didn't roll after like 5 minutes. So I just started trying 360s in the driveway for hours. Like it was just this thing that
Sure.
I don't know what happened to me. I never cared about anything. But this thing, even the jankiest version of it with no friends around, no ramp,
Had you hypnotized.
it fucking bit me, man. And that was it. I just couldn't stop
that.
thinking about it. It saved my life because I had no plan.
No direction or anything. Yeah,
and no skill, no wanting of a skill. Just like, fuck, I hate this place. I don't know why. Well, I do now, but at the time I was just like, I fucking hate everything. You know?
And was there a scene over there that you got involved in?
In the end, like I found a ramp. First I found a big bowl, but they filled it in. It was a big keyhole that was built in the 70s for roller skaters, I think. So it still existed, and skateboarding was just coming. The 80s, people hearing about Tony Hawk, like skateboarding was starting for the first time.
Yeah,
again.
that's.
So there were a few people that had been around before, but not many. Most of us were just like, we saw Back to the Future. That did it too.
Yeah.
So then there was a half pipe that was probably about half an hour away from my house, but a really little one, like on the scale of what you do now. It was no one would even make it. The transitions were about 6 foot, and it was like a 12-foot wide ramp, real little.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a scene, like 20, 30 guys. And that was it. I ended up like not going to school and just going there until I got a report card, and my dad was like, "What the fuck?" And then I was a terrible liar, so I was just like, "Yeah, I was at the ramp."
So every day you're skipping school, you're doing that, and then I assume you get some notoriety over there. You don't just start flying to the U.S. on
No,
your own.
I was actually really bad. Those two twin brothers were better than me for the first 3 years, and it didn't look like I was ever going to be good at it. All I cared about was going there and skating.
Uh-huh.
And then there was a few more ramps, and they got bigger. And then the last one was in Paran, closer to the city. There was like a full-scale ramp, and I just skated it every day. And on one particular day, I learned how to do an air without holding my board, and my friend was like, "You look like you could do that as high as you want." And I was like, "Yeah, right." And he's like, "Just try it." So I tried a frontside ollie about chest high, and I made it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck was that? And he goes, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, I'm going to try and do that again. And I did it. I was like, what the fuck? Because in Australia, no one had done a frontside ollie that high.
Finding out you're Superman.
And I hadn't done any of the other tricks that would make it look like I could do a frontside ollie that high. Like, I still hadn't done a backside air skateboarding stuff, but there's a trick.
I used to skate, no big deal.
Well, there's a trick you can do that you could go that high way easier than doing a frontside ollie, especially in the 80s. And then it was like, well, what if I try to grab the tail in the frontside ollie? And then I did that, and no one had ever done a frontside tail grab in Australia because it was a long time ago. And then stalefish, and then I'll lead into the lean air. And I was like, what if I go backside? I'll lead into an indie air. And then within an hour, I became 20 times better than I was in the morning. And then by the next day, the skate shop guy was down there going,
Get a load of what this fucking guy's doing.
Who's this shithead that because everyone was talking like, just so you know, Ellis just became like in the
Ellis
top,
is the best skateboarder in Australia right
now. He's like in the top 10 in Australia right now.
You know that guy who used to suck yesterday?
Yeah.
You should fucking see him today.
There was a guy that beat me up at the skate park like a week before that, like because he didn't like me or my face or whatever, and he got behind me and hit me in the back of the head with a skateboard, and we had a fight, and that guy was still skating the vert with me and was just like, fuck you, Ellis. And I'd be like, yeah, fuck you. And I don't like confrontation. I was scared. I was like, man, this makes skateboarding really uncomfortable. But then when I got good, like a week later, everybody likes you. Like, it was my first experience with like, oh, if you do fancy tricks, people like you.
Yeah.
So
do cool
because there's no precursor to this. This is the 80s. Like, you guys you're making this up as you go along.
A little bit.
Which is crazy.
By then, half of the shit I was doing was I was the first Australian-born person to do it. But it also grew. I went to America and learned all these other things and came back and did them in front of everybody. And it was the same thing. When I went to America, there was like 50 dudes that could do stuff that I'd heard about, but I'd never seen it. And when you see it, you go, oh, that's how you do that. And then you learn it. And I feel like when I went back home and did it, then everybody there was like, oh, that's how you do it. Yeah. And then a few years later.
So who sends you over? You said you went over 6 at a time. You just paid for yourself.
Fuck yeah.
There was no sponsor, nothing like that. You were like, I want to do this.
I sat my parents down. They divorced.
You're 16 years old, right?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I sat them down. I was like, I need money to get to America, so I need a job. But then when I get there, I'll be a pro skateboarder, and then you won't need to give me any money anymore. And my dad was like, that's not a job. And I was like, it is a job. And I didn't have any proof. I couldn't show the magazine. We didn't have the magazine yet. We just had gossip. Then Thrasher came a bit later, and then the Bones Brigade video came. America already had it, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Like when I got a skate magazine and a video, it was in a water ski shop in the back where they sold
have water ski shops.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anymore.
I don't think those exist here.
Wait, I'm not
that
talking,
is hyper focused.
I'm not talking wakeboard. I'm talking fucking ski. You got single ski and you got your jump ski, and like it was.
Damn.
Yeah. And
next to the parachute store.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was like Max's Water Ski World or some shit like that.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
I bet Max was all right.
Yeah.
That's when I heard it.
Max never had a shirt on.
Yeah, I think Max told me, Tony, there's a guy in America can do finger flips, and I'm like, nah, that's that doesn't even make any sense. And then the magazine came out, and I'm like, wow.
Also, on just like a life level of like, obviously in the 80s, the lack of information moving quickly. So you just hear of this legend of this guy, Tony Hawk, doing all this stuff.
Kind of made it better.
And then, but like now you're his fucking boy. How crazy is that? Like you hear about this fictional character.
Yeah.
And then that'd be like me being like, oh yeah, me and Seinfeld are now best friends.
It doesn't go away.
That's fucking awesome.
Because we do shows down at the ramp, and often it's just us two doing the podcast, and then afterwards we skate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm skating. It's just me and Tony.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
It's Tony and I, whatever. But I will just slap myself in the face from time to time, especially now that we're older and we're like more fragile.
Sure.
And it's like, if we hit our head now, is that's
it.
That's the last time,
Yeah.
right? Like we got family now that go, hey, how many times have you been knocked out this year? You know, and you go, yeah, good point. Maybe I should slow down. Like that is a thing now.
Damn. Dude.
So it's like more of a, I'm going to try something that's like, You got this, dude.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
believe in you,
Well,
man.
yeah, because it's like this could be it.
Kip, let's talk about Manscaped.
Ooh, my balls are tingling.
Ooh, another OG on the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Been with us since Jump Street.
Yeah, baby.
And they just keep getting better and better.
I know.
New things. Now they got the Weed Whacker. They got the Lawnmower 4.0. The Weed Whacker, they're already on 2.
They became the best in the biz and ain't resting on the laurels, baby. They're innovating over there.
And here's the good news. You don't got to get them separately. You can get it all in the Performance Package 4.0.
We ain't talking 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. We're talking 4.0.
Everything you need for grooming.
Uh-huh.
Fucking soup to nuts down there.
They got the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker 2.0 for ear and nose hair
ears
grooming,
and the nose.
which, by the way, buddy, that creeps up on you when you reach a certain age.
I'm there.
They got the Crop Preserver, the Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, Crop Revive, the Toner, because my lady likes a nice toned ball. I don't know about yours.
Tight sack, girl.
But I got a real tight sack. I got to tone it up, baby.
Like a basketball.
It's the only thing I use. I use the trimmer. I've said a bunch. I've used it on my balls. I use it on my face. I use it all over the chest. It's beach season. I got to trim up.
Keeps the sweat down. Keeps the stink away.
Got to trim my hamburger meat I got up here.
Yeah. Keep the property value up.
Sure.
You got to cut the grass.
Can't let the neighbors get upset. Here we go, baby. Here's the turkey. You get 20% off and free shipping with the code garbage at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code garbage. Manscaped, the perfect way to get your panties sizzling hot this summer, baby. Do it.
Kippy, do you like that box of awesome?
You mean Bespoke Post, the best box in the whole gosh darn land?
Ooh, best holiday all year long.
Ooh,
that's when that puppy shows up at the door.
Ding dong, box days here. Let's go.
Gang, they got tons of fun products. You got outdoor stuff. You got grooming stuff. Anything you could possibly want, they got it crammed in a nice little box. Small businesses, fantastic company.
Yeah, gang. I've said it a bunch. They send me something every month. It's fantastic. I open it up. It's always something cool. Like I roll with a knife, heavy bike when I'm around
it's
the
next
house.
to the bed.
Bing! I use it to open up my Amazon packages like a lady.
Yeah.
It's easy to get started. Just take the quiz at boxofawesome.com and you get matched with your perfect box. Each box is valued around $70, but you only pay a fraction of that. 90% of everything in your box is coming from a small up-and-coming brand, like the big man said, so you're getting in an incredible deal every single month. Now, here's the juice. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com. Enter the code garbage at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code garbage for 20% off your first box. One more time, get a pen, boxofawesome.com, code garbage. Do it, gang.
Did you take your parents down to the ramp to show them how good you were at it?
Nah.
Did that connect with them at all?
One time they came. One time my dad paid for me to go in a contest where American pros were there, and because I was late, I ended up being in a heat with them. And there's a video I showed Tony, which is fucking hilarious, where he's standing on the deck, and I'm standing here, and I go, and I can see that my fucking father's holding it, and I'm like, look at that. And then because Tony looks my way, I don't want to get eye contact, so I look away from him. But he's seen the video of me being 16 and trembling in the presence.
Crazy.
And now
And he's a kid, too, at the time, for the most part.
He was a bit, but not to a 16-year-old.
Sure,
he was
of course.
like 20, in his 20s.
Right.
And he was already the great
guy,
Tony
yeah.
Hawk. Like
Yeah.
he'd been around. He was a freak. We were all trembling in his presence. And rightly so.
And when you would come over here, where would you stay?
Couches and shit.
You'd stay on
First
couches.
couple of days I slept in a kid's playground. I brought a sleeping bag because we came to fucking go. Like I didn't expect anything.
Did you come solo by yourself?
Came with another guy.
Really?
Yeah, and we slept in a kid's
Just
playground.
on your own?
Yeah, well the other guy
Damn,
knew.
dude.
The other guy knew people. I found out many years later. We stayed at Lance Mountain's house and we lived there for like a couple months until he was like, "You gotta go," and we didn't know. I didn't know this until my 50th birthday. Lance Mountain came to my 50th birthday and told me the story of when he first met me and was like, yeah, your friend just fucking knocked on the door, dude, and was like, hey, we're here. He didn't talk to me about staying, and then you guys just stayed. And Lance was a guy that was he knew that we loved skateboarding.
Sure.
And was like, I want to help you guys progress. But at the same time, I don't really know you guys like that well, and you're definitely overstaying.
Sure.
Because we didn't have anywhere else to go, and where else would I want to go? Lance Mountain's house with Lance Mountain's ramp in the backyard, and that was I became pro in those 3 months. I learned 3 tricks a day. I made sure I did. And it just
It's a
made
worker.
It's fucking wild, dude.
Lance Mountain's a legendary skateboarder.
It's just like comedy though. Like I go to the comedy store and like Mark Maron walks by and then does a set and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like Bobby Lee and all these people are right there, right in front of me, and it's just like MMA. I'm a child again.
Yeah.
You know, even if I'm older than you, I just go, oh shit. You know what I mean? It's Tim Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and he's like, what, dickhead? And I'm just like,
What do you want?
you're Tim Dillon.
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
Tim just
Shout out to Debbie D.
locals only, dickhead.
The first time I met him,
Get out of here, poser.
Beating up a security guard.
I just did like my second set at the Comedy Store ever because of Ryan Sickler. He got me on there.
Shout out to
Shout
Sick.
out to Sickler.
And I was in the green room, and Tim Dillon comes in, and I said to myself, "Holy shit, Tim Dillon!" And he goes, "Hey man, that was a good set." I was like, "Thank you, Tim Dillon." And then he goes, "You want to do a set with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll come back tomorrow and do a set on my show." I'm like, "Okay." And then I get there, and it's just him in the green room, and he goes, "Where you ever lived in the East Coast?" And I was like, "No, why?" And he goes, "Well, you're here." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Everybody else isn't here. You're here."
Oh, on time?
Yeah, LA comics don't show up. And I was like, "Wait, to a Tim Dillon gig at the Comedy Store?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he went up first and left. He called a few other people. So then I witnessed this guy get a whole new lineup of the same caliber.
Sure.
Like Andrew Schultz shows up instead. And I'm like, you can just call Andrew Schultz? How? You guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then when I came back to be like, Tim Dillon, he'd already left. I haven't seen him since.
It was that guy from South Africa.
I haven't seen him. Yeah.
I've never met him.
I haven't seen him since, and he probably hasn't seen me. Son of a bitch. I guess I didn't do that good.
What are you doing food-wise, spending money-wise when you come over here that young?
Sack of potatoes. You know.
Sack of potatoes.
Like it's the 1400s, baby.
Hey, man, I wasn't a smart kid, all right? I was just like,
Dude, the fact that you did that is insane. I mean, that's crazy.
It lasted a long time.
Halfway around the world.
And
it's fucking
skateboarders
nuts.
are like when you skate like when I showed up, I skated like it's everything to me, and all the other guys that were pros could tell this kid is gonna be is one of us.
Mhm.
Sure.
So there was like, you don't have any food, dude? Like, do you want to stay at my house? Like Ben
Comedy
Schroeder-
is very
Right.
similar. It's like, well, if you're a comedian, you're in the group. Like,
Ben
and
Schroeder
they
let me
take
live
care
at
of
his
you.
house for like 6 months, like until my holiday visa was up. Like, and his mum came in one time and sang a song to me about how it was time for me to leave. Me and Ben were just sitting on the couch super high, and she came in. "It's been nice knowing you, but you gotta go, Jason." And I'm just like, wait.
Well, you were staying at his mom's place?
At his family's house.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he didn't have a house.
Get your shit and hit the road.
Yeah.
You got played off like the Grammys.
Yeah.
Starts playing closing time.
It took
Closing time.
it took a couple of verses for me to get it. I was like, wait, that's me. That's me. Right. I'll go.
Holy shit. So you did that for a couple of years, back and forth.
4 years.
4
On
years.
the fourth year is when I got sponsored and got a deal.
When you got sponsored, got it. So now you start
Element
making...
sponsored me for $600 a month, and then I
Now you're
got
living high on the hog.
I got a raise to $700 the next year, so I was feeling pretty good. And then I went to Vancouver for the Slam City Jam. I'd been pro for a bit now, and on the way back from Canada to America, they go, "Were you at that skateboard contest?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, are you a skateboarder? I was like, "Yeah, but I was just watching.
Uh-huh.
I'm just here to watch." You know what I mean? Like, why you go to America so much? I'm like, I just love America, like Disneyland, like just lying at my ass. And he's like, "Do you have any money to prove that you have money when you go back into America?" And I was like, "Of course I do." And he's like, "Well, where is it?" I'm like, "It's in my bank account." And he's like, "I'm going to deport you if you don't show me money." And I was like, "I'll just get a bank statement and come back." And he goes, "Okay." And I don't have any money. So I went back out of customs and left the airport, got a taxi back to the city, and called these dudes, the Red Dragons, that like run Vancouver skateboarding. And I called Moses at a payphone, and he's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm on the corner of something and something." And he came down, had some joints for me, was like, you could stay at my house. Then I lived at his house with him and Colin McKay, who's also another legendary skateboarder.
Sure is.
And they were like, you need to get on the Bones Brigade. Those guys, they got lawyers. They'll get you an athlete visa. So
Wait, are these Red Dragons crime related?
no.
Okay.
But
They sound real gnarly,
we
is what
have-
I'm saying.
we all
you
have-
can't just say the Red Dragons came and picked me
We
up
all-
on the corner.
We all have giant red dragon
You're
tattoos.
part of the Red Dragons?
Yeah, I'm the first
that's pretty sweet.
non-Canadian born red dragon.
Man, it's a patch over.
We have a gang. We have a gang sign and shit.
Man, this guy's done
It's
it all.
more of a gang it was for security when we go skate. Like security be like, you guys need to get the fuck out of here, and we'd be like,
You know who
nah,
you're talking to?
yeah, because we had a couple of heavies in the group
Sure.
that could like push back, and then because we pushed back, the littler guys had an attitude where
Sure.
you got to get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you need to get the fuck out of here, and then we would keep skating. Police would chase us. We would run.
No real skate parks, not well accepted, all that kind of. We're talking.
Canada has skate parks, but the streets were forbidden. Like if you're
Yeah.
in this downtown and you're skating a ledge, cops. There's like cops on BMXs, on mountain bikes, and they would chase everybody. I'm not even a street skater. I would just go there to start shit. It's
Fucking Wild
You
West.
guys are real rabble rouser.
God
little
damn.
bit. One time I pushed a security guard through a plate glass window.
Jesus.
I didn't
That's just
do
the
it.
life and times of a Red Dragon member.
The only member of the Yakuza who can kickflip.
I know, dude. What the fuck?
All right, we're gonna hit this handrail. Then we're gonna rob that bank. Okay, guys?
Running around Canada with an Uzi. Fucking pop it at the top of a limo.
Hey. Keep it down, all right? It's between us.
Holy shit! All right, so when do you start making a little bit of money where you're
Yeah.
okay?
The Bones Brigade.
The Bones Brigade.
Yeah, they started paying me like $2,000 or $3,000 a month.
Nice.
Then I got a shoe sponsor. Then
What
I-
year are we talking, if you don't mind me asking?
Shit.
Like-
90s, not late 90s.
2-3 grand in the 90s? Let's
Yeah.
fucking go. You're
And
rich.
then when you go back to Australia, because of the exchange rate, it was double.
Woo!
So in Australia, I was making
Fucking
like
killing it.
6 or 7, maybe $8,000 a month all up, and I didn't have a house or didn't pay taxes because I didn't know about that.
Uh-huh.
So I was living. I had
So what are
gold
the
chains and shit. I thought I was
Stupid
rich.
purchases.
Oh yeah, only.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't buy
Exclusively.
anything that I have now. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy
So,
anything.
welcome
well
to the show,
That's a
baby.
great way to put it. I didn't buy anything I have now. That's great. I've never thought of it that way.
It's all gone.
all
Oh no, I
gone.
got a red dragon chain still.
Hey, you got to.
I bought a diamond necklace, like fucking $5,000. Like I don't have any money, but I got a $5,000 necklace
Yeah.
on. Fucking idiot.
Damn.
Yeah.
So when you go back after this, you got money in your pocket, professional skateboarder. What are the folks saying then?
Oh, I don't know.
Or they not get it?
The only time I remember my dad being proud of me is one of his work colleagues said that, did you know Jay Snow's Pink? He's friends with Pink because I'm friends
You
with
know Pink?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But that was the first time I ever heard.
This guy's like the Forrest Gump of the X Games.
I
Fuck,
said
he's been everywhere. He's a Red Dragon. He's friends with Pink.
Beating up a security guard at a bus stop?
Pink probably did too, so leave me alone. Yeah.
Holy shit.
But he went to one demo. He came to one demo with his friends, which is weird. He came to the demo with a guy friend that he'd been friends with for years, and his wife. I ended up sleeping with her for a couple of years, and her 2 sisters. So it was like this weird thing where she came, and I knew why she came. But
Yeah, you did.
there was a demo where it was like real good guys, and I was as good. And that was the one time where I was like, you guys cannot deny that
Look
this
what I'm
is.
doing here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing 10-foot airs in this demo. You know what I mean, with this other guy who's the best dude in the world, and I don't look any worse than him.
Sure.
It was a good look. But the first time I got a check delivered to the house, and he saw it. I'll never forget it. He goes, $3,000? What's this for? I said, skateboarding. He goes, how often do they give you these? I was like, every month. He's like, every month? You should take this shit serious.
What the fuck, man?
I was like, what do you think I've been doing? He's like, I thought you've been selling weed the whole time.
Fucking holding out on me.
Yeah.
I thought you've been selling weed the whole
You
time.
better take this shit serious.
Yeah.
That's an all-time parent. From not understanding
Yeah.
to yelling at you
Yeah.
for it. My mom hit me the other day. She's like, "Are you writing new material?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, lady. This fucking job's hard enough."
Wow.
Because we're doing a big show in Philly. She's like, "You writing?" I'm like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get off my case.
Seriously.
Fucking need this shit from you. I'm a red dragon."
Fuck out of my face.
All right, I want to go back to Australia a little bit because you're the first Australian we've had on.
Okay.
We have a lot of Australian fans, and the big thing is the Bogan,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
So it's
a
like
Bogan.
you're a Bogan.
Oh yeah.
You know, but Bogan is
No.
their
Yeah. When my dad died, when
dirt
we had
bag, their
when we
trash. It's their
my dad died, then my brother died, like around the same year, and we had another wake at my brother's house. And this one was we did burnouts in the garage, put dirt bikes in the garage with the garage door down. I had a joint in my mouth, bike in fucking 6th gear, pin, just fucking smoke everywhere. Some other bike, smoke everywhere. We're just doing burnouts in the garage, giving ourselves carbon monoxide poisoning. And then it's like,
what's the point of having the garage door down?
because it holds the smoke more. You can't see where you're going.
Okay. It's just real Bogan shit, I
It's-
presume.
What
Duh,
the,
you
what
pussy.
what the fuck? Seriously. What kind of pussy question was that?
My apologies.
Just told you we're trying to get carbon monoxide poisoning. You're fucking asking why.
We're mourning here.
Just fucking told you why.
We're at a wake, you
Trying to
idiot.
fucking die in this dead guy's respect, you know? When I get out of the garage,
Okay.
I'm coughing, feel pretty sick. Mission accomplished,
You
you know?
don't say.
And I sit out against the side of the house, and my brother brings this guy over, the Bogan-looking guy. And in Australia, it's like it's a racist term now, but it's like if you're Italian and Greek, you're a wog.
Okay.
And when you were younger,
That's
it'd
all right.
be like
That's pretty good.
when you were younger, it'd be like Jimmy the Wog. Like, Jimmy.
We might gotta bring that one back.
Jimmy called himself a wog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it wasn't, but you could say it.
Yeah.
Now I don't think it's a good idea. I think things have changed. It's been a long time since.
Italian and Greek, fuck them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. It's a touchy subject right now.
Those
Hey,
dirtballs deserve it.
I did not say that. I did not say that. I called Jimmy the Wog because
Sure.
Jimmy said, call me Jimmy the Wog.
Of course.
Right.
Jimmy the Wog.
Jimmy the Wog sounds like a good guy.
Any fucking way. Fucking don't like this. This guy comes over and he's from this ethnicity, right? But he's called the Burnout King. And he's introduced to me as the Burnout King. And he's very serious. And he goes, Jace, mate, you mean I knew your dad? You know what I mean? He's a top bloke. You know, your fucking brother's a sick cunt, mate. I mean, I've got nothing but respect for your fucking family. And I want to fucking do something in appreciation for him, mate. Could I do that? And I was like, yes.
This is
Burnout
sick,
King,
dude.
you could do that. He's like, come outside, mate. I got something for you. And I go, okay. And we go out there, and he's got his car out in the street already, and he's put another tire on. I can already tell he's put another tire on one side because it's not a limited slip diff. It's a car that when you bag it up, only one wheel's going to crank, and he knows it.
Okay.
So he fucking immediately, he's like, just stand there. You know what I mean? He gets in the car, got the door open. Starts the car up, immediately just fucking bags it up. Starts shifting. This thing's smoking up, and he opens the door, and he looks back. So he watches the tire while he's doing it. And I'm like, this guy's a fucking pro. Like, this is a top burnout. It starts going.
I mean,
Smoking.
that's a crazy sentence, dude. This guy's
hey,
a pro.
man, if you're a Bogan, you know, like when someone does it like that, you're like, this guy's done thousands of these. Not like one time every now and then when he's drunk. This shit happens regular. So he starts doing this burnout, fucking smoke everywhere, everyone's getting pumped. Then the brake pad thing is glowing red, you mean, because it's been going for so long. And we're raging and we're getting closer because of the light. And then fucking boom, fucking tire pops. This guy stays on the hammer, doesn't back off at all. And we rush the car because it blew up. You know what I mean? We're Bogans. We're like, fuck yeah. We run at it. And as I run at it,
Sounds like a soccer team, the Bogans.
boiling hot tire comes flicking off everywhere and starts burning everybody. And we're all getting burnt and we're all laughing because, you know, it's that
Sure.
we want it.
Sure.
And we're like, ah!
We are Bogans.
I'm like, I'm fucking burning it. Ah! You know, and then this guy's still going. And then the tire catches on fire. And then the back of his car's on fire. And he's just out the door going, bah, 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 bah. And I'm like,
This is like Mad
this
Max.
guy is fucking giving it. Like, he's wrecking his car. So then it's, standing ovation. Everyone's freaking out. He fucking finally stops, and we put his car out, pouring water on it and shit. And he's like, there you go, mate. I was like, thank you, Burnout.
Jesus Christ.
Like, seriously. And that guy became my friend. He's still my friend. I follow him on Instagram. He's got like I think it's at Dizzles. But he sells barbecue meat. Sells his own barbecues.
Man, Bogans are all right.
Yeah, he's
Cooked on a hot tire.
Shout out to the Burnout King. Yeah. He wanted me to post these barbecues. He's selling barbecues. Mate, you reckon you can give me a fucking repost? I was like, anything you want, Burnout King. Yeah.
For what you did for my family when we were grieving, anything you want.
Yeah, because he fixed us,
Man.
We were all fucking laughing for a minute. He fucking fixed us.
That's a fucking funeral.
What was the mullet situation at that funeral?
Yeah.
Required.
There was a couple.
If you were had to have one to be a pallbearer.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. All right.
Ooh.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah.
Kip, this is Factor, baby.
Shout out to the boys at Factor.
Yeah, they're all right over there. They know what they're doing in the kitchen, I'll tell you that.
They know.
Everybody gets busy.
I do.
And what's the first thing that you start slipping on?
The meals.
Good, nutritious meals.
I
You
know.
hit the drive-thru, you get the takeout.
A pizza man myself.
Factor has got you covered. They #1 meal kit sent right to your door. You heat it up. You throw it in the microwave, 2 minutes. Or what Kippy does, he throws it on a skillet, puts it on a plate like a gentleman.
Because I'm a fancy pants boy.
They're good stuff, man. You have a nice, nutritious meal in 2 minutes. You're ready to go. You don't got to worry about nothing. Stay on top of it.
Yeah, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals. Meal times are so quick, easy, and you get to that delicious, delicious meal. With over 34 weekly restaurant quality options, there's always something new to try. I log in, it sends you an email. It's like, hey, your thing's going out tomorrow. Jump in. Beep, boop, pop, boop, boop, boop. You pick and choose what you want.
love picking
I'm a
them.
shredded chicken taco bowl man
Love
myself.
picking 'em.
I say, give me 10 of them. You head to my wife hates him. I head to factor75.com/garbage50 and use the code garbage50 to get 50% off. Gang.
Jesus, really?
There we go. That's code garbage50 at factor75.com/garbage50 to get 50% off.
That's got to be a typo.
They're giving it
What are
away,
you,
baby.
nuts?
Check it out for yourself over there. Factor75.com/garbage50. Do it.
Try it out, gang. My
was a
dad's
good
funeral, we just did a nice little luncheon.
Right.
Fucking pussies.
Right, then we went up. I had to put their ash. We have a house in the mountains. It's where they both died too, and I had to put their ashes on the. We built like a motocross track in the front of the house. Like just dug it all up because my brother raced. He was like top 2 in Australia, like proper
Damn.
racer.
Okay.
So we built it. He helped, and my dad helped build like a supercross track out the front. So when he died, we had to put the ash. We put the ashes all over the track. And then I know from Australia the law with the guns, where they said, if you give your illegal guns back, you get money for them, you don't get in trouble. Well, my dad gave most of his guns back,
Sure.
but I knew that there was 2 guns that he kept, and I knew where they were, and my stepmom didn't. So after he died, I grabbed this one. It's only a 22, but it's got a 16 shot magazine.
Okay.
So it's like, and it's semi-automatic, and semi-automatic is illegal even if it's a 22. So I get on the balcony of my father's bedroom, and everyone's downstairs, you know what I mean? And I'm fucking like, da-da-da-da-da, and my stepmom is down there, and she goes, Jason! And I'm like, whoa, what? She's like, what the fuck? What? Get down here! And I was like, oh, shit, because I kind of thought maybe I was in charge now. But nah, I'm not.
She'll pull your card real fucking quick.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, wow, so I thought that was going to fly. But
Yeah, you're like, I'm the man of the house. She's like, no, you're not.
I put that
Get
back.
down here and clean your room.
Yeah. Actually, no, I gave it back to the police.
There you go. Turned it in.
Yep.
I mean, this guy was worrying about saying WOG, and then he's talking about fucking semi-automatic weapons in fucking Australia. You're crazy.
I was about to say, so you have a mountain house. That sounds pretty nice.
But they
Yeah.
put a dirt bike track in the front of it.
They're dirt bike people.
But
They
the
s-
front?
Ah.
That's a
Yeah.
backyard obstacle.
Well, there's not a lot of neighbors,
Okay.
so it's kind of it's in the bush.
Oh, the bush.
Yeah, it's like really in there.
Okay.
Serious business over there.
Like
Yeah, the bush don't play.
and you can walk around naked and shoot guns there, just not when my stepmom's around.
Did you always have that, like all growing up?
No, we used to camp in the bush when we were younger, and then when my dad had some money, he built like a log cabin. I ended up helping build it because I didn't have a job, and he gave me the job. So another friend of his that was a carpenter, he and I moved up there and lived there and helped build. Like I built Curacao, the fucking like making like concrete and building fucking steps and shit. I didn't know what I was doing. I just did what I was told. But we
this
lived
before skateboarding.
No, I was still skating.
But no, this is after you
Before
would come
I
to
was
America.
pro.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. But I was pro in Australia, if that means anything.
Gotcha.
I thought I was hot shit still. But yeah, building that house. But it was one of those things where we built it. Like we got all the rocks from the river. We didn't spend. It's not a log cabin. Like when you go to the snow here, like Mammoth and stuff, and you see log cabins, they're all straight. You know, they're built by professionals. Like it looks like Sylvester Stallone's house and shit. Rich people shit.
What a weird pull.
Ours was a Bogan.
I always think of log cabins. I think of Sly.
Are you referring to his log cabin in Rocky IV?
Yeah. Yeah, ours is shit. That one was nice.
When you were building that, was there like snakes and spiders and shit running around?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not you guys are fucking idiots with the Australia, look out. It's not like fucking snakes and sharks are flying at me everywhere
You
I
ain't
go.
gonna catch me in a
Yeah,
bush.
I think it is.
There's snakes and they don't fucking come for you. You gotta fucking stand on it, which means you gotta like walk around blind. They don't you know what I mean? Like I never go in the bush like, fucking look out.
They're all over the place.
Run, they're fucking everywhere. Like it's not.
It's got a knife on him.
That never happened. But pulling the house down because it was an old shed, and I had to pull all the roofing and all the shit off and take the insulation out. And every sheet of insulation I took out, there was hundreds of huntsmans.
What's that?
Huntsmans
Spider.
are the big hairy spiders.
So it is like that.
Yeah, what are you talking
But
about?
they're not poisonous.
They're still scary.
So that
They
but
still
once
got an attitude
they're
problem.
scary. They're scary if you just showed up from America and you're like, fucking
Yeah.
tarantulas are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not tarantulas. They're fucking huntsmen, and they don't bite. So it's more like you just brush
Kill
them
'em?
out of the way. Yeah.
Man.
What about in the house growing up towards the city? Was there any spiders or anything like that? Like in
Just
the house?
huntsmen's.
That's it.
Yeah, the
How
whole
big's a huntsman?
pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
If you're saying pretty big, it's got to be
Yeah,
big.
I was scared of spiders. I woke up with one on my chest.
Okay, yeah.
And I
Australian tour is
I had to
canceled.
stare down with it until my mum woke up and flicked it off. So that one fucked with me a little bit. I was scared of spiders
Fuck
for a
that,
while.
dude.
But I cured myself when I moved to America because I lived with dudes that knew that I was scared of them, and they kept putting them on me, or dead ones, or pretending doing the thing with the feather on your ear and shit. In the end, where they did it so much, I was like, fucking put it in my fucking mouth. I didn't fucking care anymore. And they cured me.
Yeah, what's that, immersion therapy or whatever?
Yeah, and my show, we did stunts where we had Pat a Predator, where I had a pet guy come in that had snakes, lizards, and spiders and
Pet
scorpions.
a predator.
And they were all aggressive ones. So the whole point was, if you put your hand in the box, it's not going to maybe bite you. It's going to fucking bite you. So I've had a big, fat, hairy tarantula. Like I go to put my hand in the box, and it goes, ah! And I'm like, oh, you're fucking joking me. Like, it's not, it sees me, and it's like, do it.
Yeah,
I fucking
I
dare you to do it. And I put it in there, and it comes over, fucking, you cocksucker. It fucking starts biting you. But it doesn't hurt. It just looks scary. Like the actual, because I got bit by like an 8-foot anaconda, desperately trying to get the show to
on
be
his
big.
way to school. What?
Well, one time, this guy from South Africa that like slept with snakes in Vegas in a glass house, like in a mall for like a week, like he's out of his mind on him. And he came in with one and he pulled it out of the bag, put it on the table, and I was like, fuck. And everybody after the show was like, dude, you're so scared of snakes. You're Australian. How is that possible? And I'm like, it's not like what I haven't been attacked by a snake my whole life. So then I called the guy and said, do you have a really big snake that will bite me? Because I thought for the radio, if you're scared of snakes and you go, there's an 8-foot anaconda and it's going to bite this guy that's scared of snakes, will you change the channel? That was my theory. So I was right, but also right when the snake, because they had 3 people holding this thing because it was so
Dude,
big.
You're nuts.
And he goes,
Go back to skateboarding.
put your arm
Catch
out.
some air or something.
And as soon as I put my arm out, it just went whap onto my wrist and then started to try and grab my arm and pull the skin off. And those dudes wrestled it off. And then we had another game. We had him come back in. He was my friend I did photo shoots with him. I did an ESPN, the magazine photo shoot where I had to go underwater with this snake and hold it while it was looking at me and scream at it.
Man, you are the complete opposite of Foley. This is nuts.
I just really wanted the show to work. I don't enjoy. If you're like, guess what, Jace, the snake's back for this show, I'd be like, fuck.
Bring him out.
I don't like him. I mean, I don't want to say that if he's listening. I'm scared of him.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Of course.
for the show, for the sake
For
of
the entertainment value,
yeah,
yes,
I've
of
always been
course.
committed to it.
Huh.
Jesus Christ.
Makes it.
You fucking rule, dude.
I think the skateboarding and the moto and stuff made it easier. You know, like if you get hurt a lot, you know, like I've broken like over 50 bones. I've been knocked out over 20 times. When you go to hospital and get surgeries and you do all the things that I've done, snake bite doesn't seem that bad.
True.
You know?
I remember
I'm
being
like,
a
am I
kid.
going to the emergency room after this? And if the answer's no, then it's not really that bad.
I remember being a kid watching you on TV, you know, I was younger, watching you and be like, this guy's fucking nuts.
not
Then
nuts.
I meet you and I'm like, you're fucking actually crazy.
I'm
you're
not.
An actual crazy.
Wait, that doesn't make sense to you?
What?
I'm trying to make the show work. What else am I going to do? Gay porn is not a high-paying job. Like, I don't have a lot of abilities.
Sure.
The radio show, if I make it, like I saw
Sure.
Howard Stern, like people tell me he gets 100 million. I'm like, I just want 1 million. Can I have 1 million?
give me 100.
Like, if the snake bites me, will you give me 1 million? Like, it's an easy deal.
Sure.
Holy shit, man.
Man, you're my kind of nuts.
Huh.
Huh.
You guys
Man, through the ringer.
I think I got spiders on me. I swear to God.
Foley's gonna have to take Foley to a psychiatrist after this.
Man,
You guys are so good at talking, and now you see. That's crazy.
that is heavy duty shit.
Well, back a little bit. Back
you
to the
going back? Jesus Christ. He's got money in air conditioning now. Let's talk about that. What kind of sushi do you like? Jesus Christ.
But we know new money American shit. I
Yeah.
want to know. I want to know poor Australian shit because apparently it sounds like the fucking 1500s.
Yeah. I'll give you a
They
rich
got, they
guy.
got huntsmen coming after.
I'll give you a rich guy story. I went to dinner last night with Tony Hawk.
Shout out to the Birdman.
some restaurant that gave us like a 6-course menu that turned into a 9-course because the chef wanted to show Tony Hawk a little extra of what they do, and then we get brought into the kitchen, just us, and meet the chef and get treated to a dessert at the chef table.
Ooh.
It's like what's that movie where everybody kills each other on the island? Menu.
The menu.
Yes.
Oh
You
yeah.
know how they're just super the chefs were just like
Sure.
all organized and everything was crazy put together. It was like that.
Chef's table in the kitchen. That's about as classy as it gets right
Sure,
there.
but okay. So at the same time, you're what are you wearing to an event, to a dinner like that? Because you're obviously a very cool guy. You are that guy. You could just wear like a black
Yeah,
t-shirt and jeans. Is that
yeah,
what you rock? Or
I stay
when you
asshole.
dress up, what's that like?
I wear suits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a lot of suits. You a suit guy?
I got like 3.
It's all right.
I got like a Gucci suit and shit. I get down.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh no, I'm
all right, now we're talking.
it's like
here.
ghetto fabulous kind of
Sure.
thing. Like when
You're new money trash is what you are.
Yeah. I was like, I saw. Oh wait, Gucci's the most expensive thing you
I'll
can
take
get.
two of them.
Fucking yeah, I'll get one of those. Gucci shoes that match a jacket, done deal. What Gucci sunglasses? Fucking boom! Like I'm a poser for sure. I was at front of the Hollywood Improv the other day, and the security guy goes, "Are you somebody important?" And I go, I think I am, yeah. And he goes, "Yeah, you dress like you think you're important."
You dress like
And
you
I was
think
like,
you're
really?
Pretty much sums me up.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
See you in there.
No, it was a real ego booster for sure.
What color are those suits?
One's black, one's the Gucci one is black and dark blue, and the jacket has like the bumblebees on it, like printed in. You can barely see it, but it's pretty. And then I have the bumblebee shoes and belt to match. Like I don't fucking play.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know how to tie a tie?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You on a tux?
I went to private school, and then I got expelled for breaking a fat kid's arm. But I didn't.
Why are you looking
And
at me?
Henry, he's sorry about
You're
that.
both here. Where do you want me to look?
Oh,
Right in the
hey!
eye.
I broke a fat kid's arm. Does that feel better, you fucking fat fucks?
Breaking my arm. Start running.
fucking assholes.
Fucking red
Wait,
dragons.
so you went to private school?
Yeah, my grandma was, because she owned the electronics store, and she was rich, and she tried, because I was bad at school, and she was like, we'll fix him and we'll put him in private school.
Sure. Last
And
ditch effort.
She paid for it. And then this kid stole my marbles. I won. And he was
Stole
like,
my
nah.
marbles.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, nah, I win. And I'm like, nah, that's not how that goes. And then we got into a push and shove thing, and I fucking hit him, and he fell, and his arm got stuck in the bench as he fell. I didn't fucking focus his arm.
Sure.
I was like,
Hey, that's on him.
yeah, I was like 12 or something. So his arm broke, and I was like, oh, shit. That looks bad. And then principal, because they used to beat you. I used to get hit with the belt and the cane and
Sure.
shit.
Cane?
And then, yeah. He'd fucking bend you over and fucking crack you. Leave marks and shit. And then he did it to me before my dad got there. And when my dad got there, my dad's a Bogan. You know, my
You
dad's,
don't say.
my dad's not from money. You know, my dad headbutts people quick, too. Like, you
That's
fuck.
a great Australians go for a head.
I never saw him lose a
headbutt.
fight. One time he got close, fought a guy in an alleyway after work, and I was there.
Wait, what? What?
My dad was parked out the front, and my friend was there to meet me. We were going to go skate, and I was like, give us a ride. He's like, fuck off. I've got to go somewhere. We're probably going to go bone somebody. And this guy comes flying by in the alleyway real close to Dad's car, and he goes, what the fuck? And then the guy hits the brakes, stops, and just points at the ground. And my dad goes, yeah, well, fucking go, cunt. And then he gets out of the car, and the guy's a real big, tall guy. And I'm like, ah, shit. Like, he looks pretty
About
big.
to watch my dad get his ass kicked.
And I'm in front of my dad going, Dad, stop. It's not worth it, because I don't like that stuff. And I mean, I'm like, just don't. You know what I mean? Don't. And he's like, get out of the fucking way. And then right before I'm in the middle of a punch on, I move out of the way. My dad starts smashing him up against the wall, and then the dude hits the wall, and he could fucking fight. He front kicked my dad in the chest, and my dad bounced from the other side, hit his back on the other alleyway wall, and I just blacked out. And I remember the guy was really tall, so I jumped up high while he was facing my dad and got him into like the schoolyard headlock.
Sure.
And then I put him in his car door, like punching him.
You
And then
did.
Yeah, and then I
So
started,
now you and your dad are beating this guy
No,
up.
my dad was just watching at this point. I had him in the
You're
door.
tag teaming a dude.
I started
What the
slamming his
fuck?
head.
Doing that.
I started slamming his head in his door. Not cool. Like I was crying. You know what I mean? Like, fucking touch my fucking dad. You know, shit like that. And then I was like, you fucking done? And he's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, oh, fuck off. And pushed him in his car. And then I walk off, and my dad starts walking next to me. And he goes, you took your fucking time to jump in. And I looked at
You
him.
let him get a couple licks in, huh?
I looked at him in utter shock. You know what I mean? Like, what are you fucking talking about? He's like, just joking. And I was like, can I get a ride now? And he's like, nah. And he still left. We had to catch
What
a train.
the fuck, man?
I was like, I just fucking helped you, man.
You got into a fight with your dad in the alleyway.
Yeah. I saw a lot of fights.
Oh.
I didn't. That's why I was always scared of confrontation, because I see my dad
You're
punch
pretty
people,
fucking good at it.
and all their teeth come out of their mouth in one punch. And I was like, what happens if I fight a guy like him? I don't want to go. I don't want my teeth punched out of my face. I was always scared. That's why I got into MMA after being a pro skateboarder, because I knew how scared I was of it, and it irked me. It's kind of like comedy. Like, I was so scared of it that I was like, why?
Gotta do it, yeah.
I'm so fascinated as to why I have this fear. So I trained to feel like I can take care of myself.
God damn.
The first time I obviously knew who you were. It was a couple years ago at Skankfest. He
I
did
thought
it.
you were going to follow up with some lacrosse camp story or something like
What?
that.
No.
That was a good move not to.
No, he.
I thought for a second. There's one time
I told a kid to go fuck himself.
Tell
And
me
my
about
mom
one time
came.
I was caddying.
Time I beat up a rollerblader on the boardwalk.
And it was when you were at Skankfest, and you walked in like a tent. We were at the breakfast bar in Houston.
Yeah.
And I mean, I knew who you were. I hadn't met you yet. Me and him were having breakfast, and you walk in, fucking, like shorts and like a tank top or whatever.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know who you are. And he goes, "Who the fuck is that guy?" And he goes, "Kippy, look at this fuking dude." And I turn around and I go, "That's the guy fighting Lewis." And he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Yeah, I think
He's
Lewis
like,
did
"This
it.
guy's nuts." I'm like, "Yeah, he's a rad dude, man."
Rat dude. I am over the top.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Like a superhero.
He's, yeah.
Super poser.
What are you talking about? You're as real as it gets, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have enough information to render a decision, Your Honor.
Yeah, but I got to know a couple of things now. We're not fucking going anywhere.
I'm just saying.
I'll tell you that.
The rest is
Did I make
the
it?
formalities are done.
Did you make it?
We're about to launch a spinoff. Are You a Bogan? Have you hosted in Australia?
Man, you would get a lot of guests.
Yeah, start half your family.
You got to get the Burnout King on first.
I forgot about the burnout.
He'll probably
kid.
give you a discount on a barbecue.
But hold on. So your grandmother had money. This is your dad's mom.
Yeah.
So was she a Bogan too?
Nah, she was...
This isn't something you're
she
born
was a
into.
good person.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, I think it came from... I don't think my grandfather paid much attention. I think he did some bad stuff. Because, yeah, I don't want to get into that.
No, that's
yeah,
okay.
no,
That's
course.
okay. 100%.
But
she had the electronics store. It went to your dad.
yeah, because
Gotcha.
my grandfather lost his mind a little bit after she died.
Gotcha.
But he did run it, and then he married a girl that was the same age as my dad, and she tried to take the business. So there was a lot of... My dad didn't like his dad.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But you went to private school for a minute.
Yeah.
What,
Then I went back to Bogan school after I got expelled. And that's
not what they
That's
call
not what
it.
it's just a public school,
No,
right?
I went to... Man,
Well, they say-
I decided to go to school where my mum lives after that, and that was where it was just... I got beat up in the cricket nets for a whole lunch break.
I don't even know what that sentence means.
Getting beat up in the baseball cage for a whole lunch break.
All right, there we
that,
go.
That
But
helped.
cricket's theoretically a classy
I
sport.
thought they were catching crickets, to be honest.
Cricket's a classy sport.
It's not?
Not in Australia. Like, maybe if you're playing for Australia.
Yeah.
But even
okay.
those guys are, like, it's different now. You're not allowed to be what you were. The legends of cricket in the 80s were fat, drunk, cigarette-smoking dudes that,
Gotcha.
like, punched on at the pub after they won or lost. Didn't matter. Like, they would be on the news for assaulting fans at a pub the night after, and then, or I quit. They got a Nicorette sponsor, and then you catch the guy smoking a cigarette at the pub drunk.
all right.
Like, those were the cricket guys I grew
I
up
haven't
with.
smoked
Okay.
in years.
All right.
Paid from.
Yeah, I think
He's
now,
lighting one with one.
I think now it's a little different, you know?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it was a different scene. And if you're just an amateur cricket player, then you're just a bogan.
Okay. Now, the term bogan, like, would you say, will somebody say, like, that's some bogan shit? If someone goes, you're a bogan, does that cause you to fight? Or is it like
No, it's more, in Australia, it's dying because the world's changing and, you know, there's red light cameras. In Australia, there's cameras now on freeways. If you break the speed limit, the photo goes off and you get busted. So bogans can't live. You know, because if you're a bogan, you
taking
got
our bogans?
If you're a bogan, you do burnouts everywhere you go. You speed.
God,
You
they
speed.
fucking love the burnouts.
Fuck yeah, you do.
It's crazy.
You can't call yourself a bogan if you don't fucking peel out every day.
Really?
What would
That's
be
part
the
of it?
Fuck yeah, I peel out every fucking day. Can't even afford my car anymore, and I'm not giving it up because I know I
What are
can
you
get a
whipping
good-
around in? What's a bogan like you?
Well,
whipping
I'm
around over in
a
LA?
fabulous bogan, so I got an M3 with like a stick shift. So I drift. I got friends. I'm sponsored by a Hoonigan. These guys that like Ken Block and all those guys.
I don't know, but yeah.
Well, Ken passed, but I'm still down with the company, and they have a place where there's like 500,000 horsepower cars, and you can just drift in the back
Jeez.
all day. I just did a photo shoot for Inc. magazine
saw that, yeah.
where I shot a truck doing a burnout with a flamethrower into the tire, so the tire whips the flames up at the back of the truck. I fucking burnt his car too, accidentally.
You've used a flamethrower.
I got one. I have a flamethrower, and I shoot it in my backyard and set my pool on fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Put that down
Got a
right
sex
there.
swing out there too. It's all happening.
Got a sex swing.
Newly
out there.
divorced, so I'm just fucking everybody. It's pretty cool.
You got a pool. That's classy.
Yeah.
It's on
Salt water?
fire.
I don't know.
It's gasoline. What do you mean? He's torching it.
I guess it's not
Fucking
salt
brought
water
to you
then.
by Exxon Valdez.
Never thought of that.
Salt water. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of pool it is. It's just a pool, you know. I know how to turn the heater on.
Flamethrower.
Get the hot tub going.
fucking torch that 20 minutes with the flamethrower.
All right.
Okay.
I gotta know. So I want to know. So now you're out in California,
Yeah.
right? You live out there.
Yeah.
You got a house.
Yeah.
You got the pool.
Yeah.
You got the nice car.
Yeah.
You do the suits.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Are you going to the grocery store?
Yeah, now that I'm divorced, yeah. I don't like my new responsibilities, but yeah, I clean the house, I wash the dishes, I clean up dog shit in the backyard, I change the poopy pads inside the house, and I get my groceries, and I cook shit, and I don't do Postmates because podcast is not doing great numbers, and I'm not as rich as I used to be after Sirius fired me. My business manager said don't get Postmates anymore. I just do what I'm told. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I just keep saying, where do I fucking go next to kick ass? And when can I get Postmates?
Get me back on Postmates.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I talk about.
What grocery store you
yeah.
going to out there?
I'm a poser. I go Whole Foods.
You go to Whole Foods.
That's
All right.
it's admirable.
No,
It's
it's
good.
yeah, what do you mean?
Because I eat clean most of the time, so I try to get. Look, I got a grass-fed meat sponsor, so I don't have to buy meat.
Nice.
But I eat grass-fed meat only, unless I'm high and here. And I'm like, fuck off. I eat pizza with
Sure.
turds in it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But most of the time when I can, I try to eat clean because I'm older and I still try to go to the gym as much as I can. I still try to skate. And when you're 51 and you eat McDonald's, it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I try hard to do the MMA diet most of my day.
Okay.
Respectable.
So I try to eat vegetables and fruits and shit. You know.
Have you ever done the the stem cell injections?
Fuck yeah! I've been to Colombia twice. I've
Yeah.
had stem cells. I wouldn't be walking without it. I blew my knees out so bad. I've torn all my ligaments in my knees. I got a dead person's ligament in my left knee. And when I went to Colombia the first
What
time,
happened to him?
I didn't get the thing. I got the thing off the stem cells. I got a baby girl's umbilical cord shot into me because that's in Colombia. Here, the law is they can take it out. They take it out of your spine. I've had that too, where they take a needle out and they take the shit out of your spine, and then they spin it and they get the stem cells from that, and then they inject it back into your injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But because if you're over like 35, your level of stem cells is low.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get it from a baby, like an umbilical cord, it's really high. So I was getting like 100,000. I forgot what it's called, but like 100,000 stem cells into my ankles. But then when I went to Colombia, it's like 20 million. And then they put you on an IV. I got it on my face just because another skateboarder did it and said it was the most painful thing he's ever done. So I wanted to go to tell him that it's not that painful.
Sure.
Logically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was wrong, but it's a good video. But they inject you with no anesthesia or anything. They just put these big dirty needles in, like past your kneecap into your knee. But it's like this weird, you're like, man, I really don't want you to stab me with that. But I know that when you stab me with that, in 3 months from now, my knee's going to like hold on again. And I can skate and I can kick again, stuff like that. Like it's that much of a turnaround.
So it's not instant. It's not like getting a cortisone
It takes
shot.
like about 3 months to start tightening up, and then over a year, it gets even better. So it starts to regrow things, and like my knee, because all my what's left is torn, so my shin moves in my kneecaps. But when I got the injections, it stopped moving. Like I used to, if I throw a hard leg kick, my shin would move in my knee, and I would tear my ligaments again. Now I can dig my shin bone into you again, and my knee stays stiff.
You need that.
Yikes.
It works. It's real good.
Ever been to a wax museum?
Oh yeah, but I was pretty mad about it.
I thought every wax figure
I
in
think
there.
I took a tour. I think I took a mum or somebody that was here, and I was like, "What the fuck
am I
is
doing?
this
Yeah.
place?"
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing for vacation now? Like what would
I
be?
don't have any money. I don't go on vacation.
You don't do any vacation.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Go to patreon.com/Ellis, mate.
Check them
course.
out.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll go on one next year.
Huh.
Are you peeing in the shower?
Fuck yeah.
Brush your teeth in there?
Not anymore. I used to all the time, and then I saw a comedian the other day make a joke about the germs that would be on your toothbrush if it's in the shower.
That scares you?
And it hit me, and I was like, right, that's it. I'm not doing that anymore.
Jeez.
But that's like a week. That's just new. Been washing my legs, too, lately. You know why people don't wash their legs?
Yeah, I don't wash my
I
legs.
know why I
Hey,
don't.
Black people do. I learned that from Tom Segura.
Huh.
Shout out to Tommy Bones.
So now I wash my legs. Thanks,
yeah,
Tom.
I might wash them once a month,
Right?
maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, because you figure
Gravity.
you wash the top and it runs down.
My legs are sitting in jeans all day. They're not like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm fucking.
See, I cut my legs.
I'm not a mechanic wearing shorts.
Yeah, I should have already done that.
What kind of soap are you using in the shower? And you're
wait.
getting all this stuff, right? You're the one running the household now.
Yeah. Nah, I get soap from like if I buy cologne or whatever. Like I go to Kiehl's. And
Okay.
Classy.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so if I go there to get like a face moisturizer, I'll get a bar of soap. But I also have HIPAA because I fuck a lot and I wash my toys with it. And you know what I mean, sometimes if I bone somebody, it might be a little nasty or something. I HIPAA cleanse my dick. But
Gotta be responsible.
yeah, extra germ like cuts and burns from skating and shit. So I have HIPAA cleanse in my bathroom and in the shower to wash things to make sure they don't get infected.
Okay.
So I have a double wash up.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I try to stay clean. I don't like being dirty.
And
I've
you-
had staph infections a lot, like from fighting and skating.
Sure.
Yeah, true.
So I really try to dodge those.
And you use face moisturizer
Yep.
every day.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, I'm a bit of a lady. I care about my face too much, you know? Which
Skin
is
looks
tough
good.
because I'm getting old and that's like you start to look shittier every
You
day.
don't look 51 though.
No, not
Right.
at all.
Not at
But
all.
I think it's because I'm trying, you know?
Keep trying. Maybe it's working.
Yeah,
Keeping it tight.
I'm okay with it.
Huh.
What kind of toothpaste are you using?
I don't care.
You don't care.
I just get it from CVS.
Deodorant? What are you using deodorant wise?
I own a deodorant company, Hume deodorant. It doesn't. We don't test on animals or any of that stuff, and it works. Yeah, that's what I
There you
use.
go.
That's a curveball. I like it.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't see that one coming either. Trust me,
Promo code Bogan.
that's it's Wolf, but sure.
Okay. Are you flossing every day?
Nah. I got the ones with the hand thing on it.
Sure.
If I eat steak and shit, I definitely floss. If I got something stuck in there, I get it out.
What about the fingernails? You biting them or you clipping them?
Nah, I clip them. I clip them short because fighting, you don't want to scratch people's necks.
Uh-huh.
And you guys are gonna love this. Fisting, you want to make sure that your nails are trimmed for that.
Sure.
Yep.
Very important.
No questions
Okay.
after that. Interesting.
Huh.
I mean, you're not going to pull out of this, but I'm just curious at this point. I just want to know. What are you sleeping in?
A big one. California King.
California King.
Yeah.
Nice. How many pillows are you using
Yeah.
to sleep?
I got two. I got one that holds my head so because I got back problems from all the injuries and shit.
Sure.
So if I get sore or my hips lock up, I use one that holds my head sideways. But usually I go to sleep super high and I have just one pillow. But my wife had 4, but since we got divorced, I have 3.
Any pillow between your legs? Are you hugging one?
Nah.
No? Sleep on your back or
Doctor
on
brought
your
that
side?
up, but I just don't get. I toss and turn too much, so I just gave it up.
A fan on you while you sleep?
Nah.
Air conditioning?
Sometimes, but
You sleeping naked, I presume.
yeah.
You sleeping nude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you wear pajamas?
I don't wear, but not like a 50s, not like the whole
I'll
outfit.
wear-
But you
I
do wear something.
Yeah, I wear my underwear.
Yeah, nah, I'm always naked.
Okay.
Especially in the house.
Okay.
I don't like clothes.
You gotta have a good piece on you, I presume.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good there.
You're just so during the day you're rolling around the house naked. That's how
Yeah.
you relax a little
Yeah,
bit.
I like to bone a lot, so I'm always boning
I mean,
somebody.
so do I. I put a pair of drawers on though.
If I get the mail or something.
Oh yeah, no, I'll put pants on for the mail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put boxer shorts on at least, you know.
Do you remember your first concert that you went to?
Yeah, AC/DC in my mum's stomach, and then AC/DC when I was 4.
Holy shit.
I mean, that's bogus.
Your mom
shit.
went to an AC/DC concert
I
pregnant?
saw AC/DC in America when I was 17, and I called my mum and I go, "Mom, guess what I just did?" And she's like, "What?" I saw AC/DC. She's like, "You've seen him twice." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "I took you once in my stomach and once when you were 4." And I was like, "Well, I don't remember that, but that sounds pretty cool."
Where are you eating dinner when you're at the house? If it's say it's just you make yourself something to eat. Will you sit down at the table and eat, or will
Nah,
you sit
on the couch.
on the couch? You
I
watch,
don't have a dining table.
You watching TV?
You don't have a dining table.
Nah.
You have a kitchen table.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but I don't. Oh, sometimes I eat there, but mainly on the couch where my weed box is and the TV's in front of me. I like to watch TV. I like to have TV on.
What are you watching? What's the
Fighting or
Seinfeld guy?
Movies. Nah, I just watch like Meg and Jaws and Rambo and
I mean,
and,
that's it, dude.
and
I mean,
what's
come on.
what's the fucking the fucking
The Expendables? I don't know.
No, I don't like the Expendables. Too cheesy. What's not a racer, fucking
John Wick.
Yeah, I watch John Wick 1 to 4 over and over again.
It's the only way
all
I can
day.
come.
Yeah, the soundtrack is in my head most of the day. And then fucking what is it? Denzel Washington.
Training Day.
Equalizer.
Equalizer. I watch Equalizer 1 and 2 constantly.
I mean, that's it, dude. That's it.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's fucking all right.
I'm gonna watch Meg 2.
I mean, that is like the most.
I just saw Meg for the first time. I thought it was awesome.
I swear, my ex-wife, part of the reason she left me was because every time she goes in the living room, I'm watching Meg, and she's like, why would I fuck you? You know? Like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm like, no way. I mean, look at the size of that shark.
He seems to get bigger each time I watch it.
Yeah. Holy shit, there's 2 of them. You know? Always gets me. You don't see that second one coming, let me tell you.
I mean,
Spoiler alert, sorry.
you were down in the count early in the episode, I gotta say. Tough to, I mean.
Yeah, the uppity shit is pretty, no.
Yeah, the keels ain't gonna help you,
Yeah,
brother.
I mean,
I
got nothing to
that's
tell you.
the fucking California king ain't gonna save you here,
Man,
pal. You're trash, and I love it.
100% garbage.
100% Australian fucking trash.
God damn. Well, let me tell you something.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
What a fucking
The
badass guy.
Coolest guy I ever met in my fucking life. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, this dude is awesome.
And I want somebody doing fucking burnouts at my funeral. I don't know who it's gonna be.
Yeah,
being a rascal.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jason Ellis.
Amazing. Thank you, buddy.
Holy
Thanks for having
shit.
me, man.
Buddy,
You
what do
guys
you
are
got
fucking
coming
awesome.
up? What do you want the folks out there to know? Hit them.
Plug away.
TheJasonEllis.com is where all my tour dates are. I don't get around that much. I'm still pretty new. But the Jason Ellis Show and Hawk vs. Wolf, it's a free podcast. It's available everywhere. On YouTube, all that bullshit. And then patreon.com/EllisMate. I do 5 shows a week on there. So there's a lot of stuff on there. And I have Wolf Knives clothing and Hume deodorant. And I think that's pretty good. Oh, yeah, I have an OnlyFans, but that's probably not for this show. So, yeah,
Check it out,
Why
though.
did I do that?
If
Sorry.
you see someone sign up with my name, it wasn't me.
I don't read that on purpose. I would stop doing it.
Sure.
Buddy, truly one of the most fascinating people.
Awesome, dude.
we've
Thanks for
ever
having me,
fucking
guys.
met.
I love your show. You guys are fucking
Buddy.
Thank you, man.
good for you for inventing this. It's
Thank
a
you,
fucking
brother.
sweet deal.
Thank you. You're fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Kippy, what do you got for him?
We're all over the road. We just added second shows in Denver. Third show in Chicago might be coming because the second one sold out. Toronto, we added a second show. Phillies, all the tickets are moving. Get your tickies. We'll see you out there, gang.
Gang, we love you to death, and we'll see you next week. Peace.